Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel.
In a stall over a COVID relief bill since this morning, but there now appears to be an agreement between Democratic leaders and Joe Manchin of West Virginia. Manchin has held out since morning for a deal on unemployment benefits. And if there's any question as to who is the most powerful figure in Washington, look to Joe Manchin. Manchin has agreed to an extra $300 of unemployment benefits through September. Democrats and President Biden need Manchin's vote to pass the bill. Biden backs this agreement. But potential changes could be a problem in the House if the bill tilts away from liberal priorities.
How's everybody doing today? Now this is your third stimulus check update, third stimulus package update, and news report. I'll be covering the latest news about our third stimulus check, your $1,400 stimulus payments, your SSI and SSDI payments, as well as the unemployment benefits.
Earlier today, lawmakers are trying to pass President Biden's American Rescue Plan before crucial relief programs expire on March 14th. The bill also includes $1,400 stimulus checks for most Americans. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says they will continue working until this bill is passed.
We are not going to be timid in the face of big challenges. We are not going to delay when urgent action is called for. We are going to power through and finish this bill however long it takes. The American people are counting on us, and our nation depends on it.
Republicans, including leader Mitch McConnell, say the bill is too big and unfocused.
This isn't a pandemic rescue package. It's a parade of left-wing pet projects that are ramming through.
And we have some great news in that Joe Manchin is ready to pass a third stimulus bill. And this means that you might get a stimulus check very soon.
They say it ignores the nation's growing numbers of vaccinations and today's promising jobs report.
Our country is already set for a roaring recovery. We are already on track to bounce back from this crisis. That's not because of this bill. It's because of our work last year.
And that's if we get the virus fully under control. Still, Democrats argued among themselves as well over the size and scale of the federal unemployment payments that are critical pieces of the plan that's now nowhere. CNBC's Ilan Moy live in Washington. Ilan, where do things stand?
Well, Shep, the COVID relief package has hit a major roadblock in the Senate. The chamber should be in the middle of voting on a marathon series of amendments right now. Instead, it's been at a standstill for hours. The issue? The boost in unemployment benefits.
Now if you want to know the exact date as to when you should expect to receive a stimulus check from Congress, then be sure to stay until the end of this video.
Approaches. It is time for that single mom to get a fair wage for a fair day's work. A living wage, not a starvation wage. There has never been a stronger case for a $15 minimum wage than there is right now during the pandemic. I think about grocery store and pharmacy workers, home health aides, food processing and packing workers, restaurant employees interacting with maskless customers. So many workers in Oregon and across the country are going to work in a dangerous environment each day. Many of them are Black and Latino workers, people from the communities that have suffered the most from COVID-19. They've kept our country going through the last year. I've heard a whole lot of members of the Senate, Democratic and Republican, talk about those workers as heroes of the pandemic. So the question is, will the Senate stand up and give those heroes of the pandemic the raise they deserve? The raise they've waited for 12 years. There are 30 million Americans who earn less than $15 an hour. It would be closer to 40 million if not for the fact that the coronavirus put so many Americans out of work. That is just immoral and unacceptable. Now, if you want to see inequality baked into the law, just look at how the country treats its lowest income workers compared to those at the top. The minimum wage has been stuck for 12 long years, and a flat minimum is nothing but a slow-moving pay cut for those who make the least. A minimum wage worker cannot afford the average rent in any state in America, not one. That doesn't account for utilities and food and gas and car payments and medical bills, school supplies. Here's the fact. Living is expensive for the poor in America. Meanwhile, the most well-to-do keep winning with their investments in the stock market. The entire tax code is rigged to favor the income of billionaires over the income of wage-earning families. Republicans passed a $2 trillion Trump tax law promising trickle-down benefits. Been talking about that for decades, even though those magical benefits never actually trickled down. The Trump administration actually made it A-OK in the eyes of the law for corporations to steal from their employees' tipped wages. A country that aspires to be pro-work should not be this anti-worker. Members of the Senate might forget it now, but the minimum wage used to go up all the time.
Sure, you all didn't expect that part of your job this week would entail standing on your feet and reading dense legislative language for more than 10 hours straight. I can't imagine that's anyone's idea of a good time. But as usual, our staff took their additional duties in stride and carried them out with professionalism and grace, finishing around 3 in the morning. And you're all right back on your posts this morning. Thank you, thank you, thank you for your service, your dedication. You are the unsung heroes of this place. So, to all the critical workers, not just those here on the dais, the clerks, the stenographers, the Capitol Police officers, the floor staff, to all of you, thank you, thank you, thank you for your efforts yesterday and every day. And as for our friend from Wisconsin, I hope he enjoyed his Thursday evening. Now, Mr. President, a year ago this week, Congress began work on what would become the CARES Act, the opening salvo in a year-long battle against what at the time was a strange and new disease. I don't think anyone could have anticipated that a year hence, we'd have lost more than 10 million jobs.
If you receive federal benefits including SSI and SSDI, you are now required to file a federal income tax return in 2018 or 2019. Under the CARES Act passed last March, you were still eligible to receive a stimulus check and should have received one automatically. In addition, folks, in regards to the Social Security news, the SSA reports that the Social Security replaces a percentage of a worker's pre-retirement income based on their lifetime earnings. The portion of your pre-retirement wages that Social Security replaces is based on your 35 highest years of earnings and varies depending on how much you earn and when you choose to start benefits. The Social Security system works like this. When you work, you pay taxes into Social Security, and they use tax money to pay benefits to people who have already retired, people who are disabled, dependents of beneficiaries, and survivors of workers who have died. That's all the news in today's video, folks. Until next time, have a great day and stay safe.